Lesson 1, Scenic Splendor.
Hello, Anna. I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining me on a little day trip this weekend.
Ooh, that sounds lovely, John. Where did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking we could explore that gorgeous nature preserve just outside of town.
The one with the amazing hiking trails and waterfalls? Absolutely, I'd love to go.
Fantastic, I was hoping you'd be up for it. The scenery there is truly breathtaking.
I can only imagine. I've heard such wonderful things about the natural beauty of that area.
It's really quite special. Have you ever had the chance to visit before?
Unfortunately, no. This would be my first time, but I'm so excited to experience it.
Well, you're in for a real treat. The hikes are relatively easy, but the payoff is just stunning.
I can't wait. How long does it typically take to complete one of the main trails there?
From what I've read, the most popular route is about 3 hours round trip. But we can take our time and really soak it all in.
Perfect, that sounds like the ideal pace to truly appreciate the surroundings.
Absolutely. Shall we plan to head out around 10 a.m. on Saturday then?
That works great for me. Where would you like to meet up before we make the drive?
How about we just meet at the trailhead? That way we can get started on the hike right away.
Sounds like a plan. I'll make sure to pack a nice picnic lunch to enjoy along the way.
Excellent idea. All right, it's all set then. I'm really looking forward to this, Anna.
Me too, John. This is going to be such a wonderful adventure. See you Saturday.
Absolutely. Can't wait, have a great rest of your week.
Lesson 2, Structured Productivity.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to chat with you about something that's been really helpful for me lately.
Ooh, do tell. I'm always eager to learn about new productivity tips and tricks.
Well, I've been making an effort to have a more consistent schedule, and it's made a big difference.
Oh, that's a great idea. I can see how maintaining a regular routine could really boost focus and efficiency.
Exactly. I find that when I have a consistent schedule, it keeps me organized and on track.
I agree, it's so important to have that structure in place. It helps us stay disciplined and make the most of our time.
Definitely. And it doesn't have to be rigid, just having certain blocks of time devoted to specific tasks is so helpful.
Absolutely. That flexibility within the structure is key. It prevents burnout while still keeping us accountable.
Exactly. And it's allowed me to be more intentional about how I spend my days.
That's fantastic, John. Having that clarity and purpose in your routine must be so rewarding.
It really is. I feel like I'm getting so much more done, but without the stress.
That's wonderful to hear. Work-life balance is so crucial, and a consistent schedule can make a big difference.
Absolutely. Alright, I should probably get going, but I just wanted to share that tip with you.
I'm so glad you did, John. It's a great reminder for me to evaluate my own schedule and see where I can introduce more structure.
Definitely give it a try. I think you'll be surprised by how much more focused and productive you can be.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thanks for the insightful chat, John. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, Anna. Talk to you soon.
Lesson 3: Mindful Moments.
Hey Anna, I noticed you've been really into meditation and mindfulness lately. I was curious to hear more about it.
Oh, absolutely. I found it to be such a game changer for my overall well-being.
That's great to hear. What got you interested in exploring those practices in the first place?
Well, I was feeling a bit overwhelmed and burned out, so I decided to try incorporating more mindfulness into my routine.
I see, that makes a lot of sense. I can imagine how beneficial that would be during stressful times.
Definitely. It's really helped me find more calm and clarity, even amidst the chaos of everyday life.
That's wonderful. What does your mindfulness practice typically look like? Do you have a specific routine?
I try to start each day with a short meditation session, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes. I find it sets a nice tone for the day.
That's a great habit to have in place. Having that consistent time carved out must be really grounding.
Absolutely. And I usually light a few candles, use a yoga mat, and maybe some essential oils to create a soothing atmosphere.
Ah, that sounds like the perfect setup for a peaceful, mindful moment. I should try incorporating some of those elements.
I highly recommend it. The little sensory details can make such a difference in your mindfulness practice.
Wonderful, I'll have to give that a try. How often do you try to fit in those meditative sessions throughout the week?
I aim for daily practice, but I also allow myself flexibility. Even a few minutes here and there can make a big impact.
That's a really healthy approach. Consistency is key, but it's also important to be gentle with yourself.
Exactly. The goal is to make it a sustainable habit, not something that causes added stress.
I love that perspective. Alright, well, thank you for sharing your mindfulness tips, Anna. I'm inspired to give it a shot.
I'm so glad I could provide some helpful insights, John. Let me know if you have any other questions as you get started.
Will do, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day, and happy meditating.
Lesson 4: Introducing New Initiatives.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'd like to introduce a new project we'll be launching at the company.
Oh, that's exciting, John. What kind of new initiative do you have in the works?
Well, after a lot of planning and research, we've decided to focus on expanding our sustainability efforts.
That's wonderful news. I'm really glad to hear the company is making environmental impact a priority.
Absolutely. We believe it's crucial for businesses like ours to take a more active role in eco-friendly practices.
I completely agree. What kind of specific sustainable initiatives will you be implementing?
Great question. To start, we'll be transitioning to renewable energy sources for our operations.
That's a fantastic first step. Reducing the company's carbon footprint is so important these days.
Definitely. We're also looking to overhaul our waste management and recycling programs.
Excellent, those are all such vital areas to address. I'm really impressed by the scope of this project.
Thank you, Anna. We're hoping these changes will not only benefit the environment, but also inspire our employees and customers.
I'm sure they will. Setting a strong example of corporate social responsibility is so impactful.
Exactly. All right, I'll be sure to keep you and the rest of the team updated as this initiative progresses.
Please do, John. I'm really excited to see the positive outcomes that come from these sustainability efforts.
Wonderful, I appreciate your enthusiasm. All right, I should get going, but thanks for your time.
Of course, John. I'm looking forward to supporting this new project in any way I can. Have a great rest of your day.
You as well, Anna. Catch you later.
Lesson 5, Growing Green Thumbs.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to pick your brain about something related to my new garden project.
Ooh, a garden project? Do tell, John. I'd be happy to offer any insight I can.
Well, I've been doing a lot of research and planning, but I'm still feeling a bit unsure about the soil situation.
Ah, I see. The soil quality and composition is so crucial for a thriving garden. What have you discovered so far?
From what I've read, it seems like a good, well-draining potting soil would be the way to go.
Absolutely, that's a great foundation. And you'll likely want to supplement it with a balanced liquid fertilizer as well.
Ah, good call. I was wondering about the fertilizer aspect. What kind of ratio should I be aiming for?
I'd recommend something like a October 10th, 10 or 20-20-20 formulation. That balanced NPK ratio will give your plants a nice nutritional boost.
Excellent, that's really helpful to know. I want to make sure I set my new garden up for success.
Definitely. Providing the right soil conditions and nutrients is key, especially when you're first getting started.
Great, well, I appreciate you taking the time to provide those gardening tips, Anna. It's all so new to me.
Of course, John. I'm happy to share what I've learned. Gardening can be such a rewarding hobby.
I'm really looking forward to getting my hands dirty, so to speak. How often do you typically need to fertilize?
I'd recommend applying the liquid fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season. Just be sure to follow the instructions on the packaging.
Wonderful, good to know. Alright, I should let you go, but thank you again for the gardening advice.
Anytime, John. I'm excited to hear about your garden's progress as you get it all set up. Have fun with it.
I definitely will. Catch you later, Anna.
Lesson 6, Beethoven's Resilience.
Hey Anna, did you know that even as Beethoven began to lose his hearing, he continued to compose excellent music?
Wow, really? I had no idea he was able to keep creating such beautiful works despite his hearing loss.
Absolutely. It's truly remarkable how he persevered and pushed through that significant challenge.
That's so inspiring. I can't even imagine how difficult it must have been for him, yet he refused to let it stop him.
Exactly. Even as his hearing deteriorated, he remained dedicated to his craft and his artistic vision.
That kind of unwavering determination and passion is so admirable. It really speaks to the power of the human spirit.
Couldn't agree more. Beethoven's story is a testament to the resilience of the creative mind.
Definitely. It just goes to show that even in the face of adversity, true artists will find a way to express themselves.
Absolutely. His music continued to evolve and innovate, despite the physical limitations he was facing.
That's truly awe-inspiring. Do you think his hearing loss actually influenced the style and emotion in his later works?
That's a great question. Many scholars believe it did, in fascinating and complex ways.
Fascinating. I'd love to learn more about how his personal struggles may have shaped the depth and poignancy of his compositions.
Me too. It's such a compelling part of his story as a musical genius. I'm always in awe of his perseverance and creative brilliance.
As am I. Beethoven's legacy is a truly inspiring example of the indomitable human spirit.
Absolutely. Alright, I should probably get going, but thanks for this thought provoking chat, Anna.
Of course, John. I really enjoyed discussing Beethoven's remarkable journey. It's so inspiring.
Couldn't agree more. Have a great rest of your day.
Lesson 7, Spooky Shenanigans.
Hey Anna, are you getting excited for Halloween this year?
You bet. I just love all the fun and creativity that comes with this time of year.
Same here. There's something so whimsical and playful about dressing up in costumes.
Definitely. It's such a great opportunity for both kids and adults to unleash their inner child.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see all the clever and creative costume ideas people come up with.
Me neither. What are you planning to dress up as this year?
I'm still debating a few options, but I'm leaning towards something a bit spooky and mysterious.
Ooh, intriguing. A haunting or supernatural theme could be really fun.
Yeah, I think it would be a nice change of pace from the more lighthearted costumes.
For sure. And you'd definitely stand out in a crowd full of superheroes and princesses.
Ha, true. What about you? Have you decided on your costume yet?
I'm thinking of going as a witch this year. The black dress, pointy hat, and all the accessories just seem too perfect.
Excellent choice. That's sure to be a showstopper. You'll have to send me a photo when you've got the full outfit on.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get into character. It's going to be a blast.
I'm sure it will be. And the best part is, after the kids put on their costumes, they get to go trick or treating.
Yes. The classic neighborhood candy hunt. I always loved that as a kid.
Me too. It's such a fun tradition. I still get a bit giddy when I see all the little ghosts and goblins going from house to house.
Ah, me too. There's just something so joyful and nostalgic about it.
Definitely. Alright, well, I should probably let you go so you can continue your Halloween planning.
Sounds good. I'm already counting down the days. Have a spooktacular rest of your day, John.
You too, Anna. Can't wait to see all your witchy ways.
Lesson 8, Saucy Suggestions.
Hey Anna, I'm thinking of making some homemade pasta sauce this weekend. Do you have any recipe suggestions I could try?
Ooh, homemade pasta sauce sounds delicious. I've got a fantastic family recipe that I'd be happy to share.
That would be amazing, Anna. I'm always looking to expand my repertoire in the kitchen.
Wonderful. Okay, the key to a really flavorful, authentic pasta sauce is to start with high quality, ripe tomatoes.
Got it, that makes sense. What kind of tomatoes do you typically use?
I like to go with a mix of plum tomatoes and some cherry or grape tomatoes for extra sweetness.
That sounds like a great balance. What are some other must have ingredients?
Well, you'll definitely want to sauté some onions and garlic as the base. Then I like to add in fresh basil, oregano, and a splash of red wine.
Oh, the red wine addition sounds like it would really deepen the flavor. I'm taking notes.
Absolutely. And don't forget to let it simmer for a while to really let all the flavors meld together.
Good to know. Is there anything else I should keep in mind when making the sauce?
Maybe consider roasting the tomatoes first to intensify their natural sweetness. And be sure to taste and adjust the seasoning as needed.
Excellent tips, thanks so much, Anna. I'm feeling inspired to get in the kitchen and start experimenting.
I'm so glad I could provide some useful guidance, John. Let me know how your sauce turns out.
Will do. I'm sure with your recommendations, it'll be absolutely delicious. Appreciate you sharing your expertise.
Of course, happy to help. Enjoy the cooking process, and bon appetit.
Thanks again, Anna. Catch you later.
Lesson 9, Islanders of the South Pacific.
Hey Anna, I was reading about the indigenous people of the Marquesas and Tahiti in the South Pacific, and I found their history really fascinating.
Oh, that's interesting. What did you learn about them that stood out to you?
Well, from what I gathered, they were a remarkably tall and physically impressive people.
Wow, that's quite remarkable. I can only imagine how striking their stature must have been, especially back in that time period.
Definitely. The accounts describe them as being, on average, well over 6 feet tall.
Incredible. I wonder what factors contributed to their exceptional height and physical prowess.
It seems it was likely a combination of their native diet, active lifestyle, and perhaps even some genetic factors.
That makes sense. Living in such a tropical, resource-rich environment probably gave them a real physical advantage.
Exactly. And they were known to be superb navigators and seafarers as well, traversing the vast South Pacific waters.
That's so impressive. The level of skill and knowledge required for that kind of open ocean travel is truly remarkable.
Absolutely. They were truly a remarkable people, with a rich cultural heritage that fascinates me.
I can see why their story would capture your interest. Such a unique blend of physical prowess and maritime expertise.
Definitely. I'm really eager to learn more about their traditions, art, and social structures as well.
That would be fascinating to dive deeper into. The indigenous cultures of that region have such a captivating history.
Indeed. Alright, I should probably let you go, but thanks for chatting about this with me, Anna.
Of course, John. I always enjoy learning about new cultures and historical perspectives with you.
Likewise. Catch you later.
Lesson 10, Picnicking with a Purpose.
Morning, Anna. What a glorious day for a picnic, don't you think?
Absolutely, John. I'm so excited. But you know, we're not just having a regular picnic today, right?
That's right, we've got a special event planned. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. I can't wait to get out in the fresh air and enjoy some good food with a purpose.
Exactly. This isn't just any old picnic, we're using it as an opportunity to give back to the community.
Definitely. I love that we're turning this into a charitable event. What did you have in mind?
Well, I thought we could pack some extra food and supplies to donate to the local shelter.
Wonderful idea. I'm sure they'd really appreciate the support, especially with the weather warming up.
Absolutely. And I was also thinking we could collect any gently used clothing or household items people want to donate.
That's brilliant, John. It's a great way to declutter and help those in need at the same time.
Exactly. I want this picnic to be about more than just enjoying good company and good food.
I couldn't agree more. It's the perfect chance to spread a little kindness and make a real difference.
Definitely. Alright, I've got the picnic basket all packed and ready to go. Shall we head out?
Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited to see how much we can collect to support the local community.
Me too. This is going to be a wonderfully meaningful day. Onward to the picnic.
Lesson 11, Brainstorming for a Cause.
Hey Anna, I wanted to follow up with you about that idea we discussed last week.
Oh, absolutely, John. I've been thinking about it a lot and I'm really excited to dive in.
Wonderful. I'm glad you're still on board. I think this could be a really impactful project.
Definitely. What did you have in mind in terms of next steps? I'm eager to get the ball rolling.
Well, I think the first thing we should do is set up a meeting to flesh out the details and brainstorm further.
That sounds like a great plan. When would work best for you? I'm free pretty much any time next week.
Let's see. How about Tuesday afternoon? Does 2 o'clock work for you?
Perfect, that works great for me. I'll block off that time in my calendar.
Wonderful. I'm really looking forward to diving deeper into this and coming up with a solid plan.
Same here. I can already envision the positive impact this initiative could have.
Me too. Alright, I'll make sure to send over a meeting invite with all the details.
Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for that. This is going to be so exciting.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll let you go for now, but I'll see you on Tuesday.
Perfect. Can't wait. Catch you later, John.
You too, Anna. Have a great rest of your day.
Lesson 12, Extending the Family.
Hey Anna, I was reading this inspiring article about how this nonprofit organization is constantly reaching out to extend and enlarge their family.
Wow, that's really fascinating. I love the idea of intentionally working to grow and uplift a community in that way.
Absolutely. They seem to have a very holistic, supportive approach, not just providing services, but truly lifting people up.
That's so admirable. It must make a huge difference in the lives of those they're able to reach and connect with.
Definitely. The article highlighted how they focus on building meaningful relationships and fostering a sense of belonging.
That's such an important aspect that is often overlooked. Creating that close-knit community can be truly transformative.
Couldn't agree more. It goes beyond just meeting basic needs, it's about nurturing the whole person.
Exactly. And I imagine that cultivates a wonderful cycle of support and empowerment within the organization.
Definitely. It sounds like they have a very intentional, values driven mission at their core.
That's so inspiring. I'd love to learn more about their specific programs and initiatives.
Me too. I'm really curious to dive deeper into how they're going about this work on a practical level.
Absolutely. It's the kind of approach that I think could be replicated and make a big impact in communities everywhere.
Agreed. I feel motivated to see if there are any similar organizations in our area that we could potentially get involved with.
That's a wonderful idea, John. Partnering with a group like that could be incredibly rewarding.
Definitely. Alright, I'll have to do some research and see what options are out there. This has been a really inspiring chat.
I'm so glad you shared this with me, John. It's the kind of story that really reminds you of the power of community.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, I should probably get going, but I appreciate you taking the time to discuss this with me.
Of course, anytime. I look forward to hearing more about what you find in your research.
Will do. Have a great rest of your day, Anna.
Please subscribe, like, and share our channel. Your support helps us create more great content. Thank you.